board。好，那
文丽，
没有
看到线
，yes，
上有不会听中文的慈青哦。
I asked 3 times. So anyone who cannot understand Mandarin, please turn on your mic and let me know.
师姑，我有一点 在 halfway 听得懂，可是有一些词可能用英文比较好。
I'll try to use both language.
OK，感恩。
All right. So you do understand Mandarin. You're just unable to say well.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay. I'll try to use mostly English. Okay, since when we're doing the intake, we are going to use English to share most of our clients. I would say 99% of our clients understands and speaks English. Okay, even for Spanish, Spanish as people and Chinese, most of them do understand English. How somehow some I don't know what's happened, but my oh I know it's my transition. Okay, I see. Oh, mouse click. It must be my. Let's try it. Let's try one more time. Okay. 还是不跳下去？OK OK，好，那就先这样子吧。OK，好，那在开始以前，我想先请我们的副执行长唐朝师兄来跟大家解释一下为什么需要做这样子的一个培训。Why do we need a training like this before anyone do go to the DRC and start? Or you are interested to being a intaker for our at the DRC for the LA fire, right? 唐朝师兄。
Okay, 感恩文丽师姐. So, good evening, everyone. The reason for we host this online training for anyone interested to go to DRC is that we find out more and more volunteers sign up for our DRC supporting role, and during these days the last week we find out that many of the volunteers they may not really understand their job at DRC and some requirements and rules from DRC. So we would like to hold this online training to make sure everyone is on the same page. And I really appreciate Sister Wenli's effort. So we just had a meeting last night and she came out to a presentation today. So very effective and really appreciate it. So anyone are welcome to join this very tragic disaster relief job, but we want everyone to understand thoroughly about all the rules and all CG's dress code and the way that all volunteers should behave. So thank you everyone for joining and thank you for your interest. And I'll pass the time back to Cesar Winley.
Thank you, Brother Mike. Okay, I'm going to start sharing with you now. If you have any questions, please write it down. And at the very end, we're going to have a Q&A section. You can then address your question and we'll try to answer your questions. Okay, is that okay? All right, so where are the locations of the DRC disaster recovery centers for this LA wildfire? There are 2 locations. One is at UCLA, that is the address over there, and one is at Pasadena Disaster Recovery Center. I have only been to the Pasadena, the PCC, the Pasadena City College. I did not go to UCLA yet, but but I was told there are plenty of parking space at UCLA. However, at PCC, there are limited parking spaces. So I will advise everybody to arrive as early as possible. And I will kind of explain the shift later, but please arrive at least 20 to 30 minutes earlier, so that you don't find frustrated and not be able to find a good parking space, and you need to walk for a long distance to the DRC center. Okay, so that's the first thing you need to know. Be punctual. Uh, and when we mean punctual, means that you need to arrive early. Okay, so these are the two addresses. Please note it, and it should be on the sign-up sheet as well. Okay, so when you do go in, since I'm going to use PCC as my example because that's the only place I've been to. When we do arrive there, you need to sign up with FEMA. They will ask you to sign up. Now, if you are the first shift, if you sign up for the morning shift, the first one, the center doesn't open to the survivors until 9 o'clock. Means they will only bring in our clients after 9. They will do a registration at the FEMA trailers, which is outside at the parking lots. And then there will be floaters, volunteers to guide these people in. So when you do arrive, and there will be a briefing at 8:30 by the FEMA staff. They ask all organization volunteers or staff to arrive before 8:30, and they say the best is to arrive around 8 so that you can get your things ready and join the briefing at 8:30. So if you do sign up for the first shift, please arrive before 8:30. So that's a first requirement. And when you do go in, they will ask you to sign in, and they do ask you to sign out, although I always forget to sign out. Okay. But if you do remember, please sign out with them too. Now, to identify the FEMA staff, they'll be wearing a green vest. You can recognize them very easily. Okay, so or they will have a FEMA jacket. You can clearly identify them. And then if there's any help, questions about the center, don't hesitate to ask these FEMA staff. For example, if you do need translation help, then sometimes the client only understands Spanish. You can ask for their help. They will send volunteers to help you out. So no worry if we don't speak. But for the last 3 days, for the past 3 days I was there, we only have one person that cannot understand English. The other one can speak. She speaks fluent English, although the Red Cross translator interpreters still come by and help, because they get bored too, because there's not too many need for interpretation. But if you do ask for help, that's fine. Okay. And also, this is very important. Remember to tally the number of your services. I showed a picture of the tally sheet. This is a tally sheet provided by the DRC. We need to know how many people we've serviced. When we define service as not just the people that sat down and fill up the application, our application. Anyone that came by and inquire what's our service, what can we do for them, even if they end up not sitting down, you can also mark it as you're serving one person. Now, this is very important. If we are the organization and no one requested your service or your service number is very low, in the future, uh, FEMA probably won't invite you back because it means that most of the clients doesn't really need your services. Now, for us, you can see the number of people varies each day, but we do get a lot of clients each day. And I was told today was extremely busy. So it can get busier and busier each day. Okay, especially we already started our distribution. So word of mouth is going to go really fast that they receive cash cards from us. So that can spread quickly. And our more and more people will come look for us if they knew that they actually are, this is real. They're actually getting help from us. So beware of it. But do mark down each of them that you service, mark it on the tally sheet. And the DRC, the FEMA staff, will come by to each table before end of day and ask, how many people did you service today? So this is a very important part, okay? And also they ask us have no food inside the center from the people that are offering the services. Just think about if you are eating in front of the clients, it doesn't look good at all. Also, I had serviced two clients. They claimed that they have not been eating for that all day. So if you're eating and they have not been eating, that's not very polite either. That's not respectful. So I'm asking all volunteers to beware. Do not bring any food on the table. You can bring food, but when you want to eat them, please go outside the center. There are tables and chairs outside. You can eat there, but do not eat inside the center. You can drink. You can bring your water bottle. There are plenty of water inside the DRC. You can request them if our table doesn't have one. Just ask the staff. They will bring you more water, but do not eat any food in the center. Okay, I want to remind you. If we do not obey the rules of the DRC, it's very likely they are going to move you out of the center. There are a lot of volunteers that have signed up. Everybody's age is different, understanding is different, but I think we are all Tzu Chi volunteers or we're representative of Tzu Chi. So we want to keep our Tzu Chi spirits and our etiquettes, respects when we are serving in such facility. So I want to emphasize that and make sure everybody remembers. No food eating inside the center. Okay. Now, a lot of people come by, they will ask, the first thing they ask is, what kind of service do you provide? A lot of these volunteers are floating the clients from FEMA trailers to inside these DRC center. They already know us because they come by our table. They go through each table, understanding the purpose or the service of each organization. They know, so they will bring because when they do come in, that the clients will let them know what kind of service they want. Maybe they're just here to replace their driver's license, or to have some of the legal documents to be replaced, or birth certificate, or they have insurance questions, or they're just there for medications refill. Okay, so it depends on their need. These floaters will these flowers, the volunteers will then bring it to directly to the table they of their need. Okay, and a lot of them will say, oh, I need some financial help, so very likely they will bring to us. So, but some of them, they just keep wondering. The people that are getting the DMV, or people that are getting some insurance questions, they walk around. They just look at each table and they will ask you, "Oh, what kind of service do you provide?" These are the service that we can provide. And this is posted on the wall behind our table. So you can also point it to it and say, this will be our service. And the first thing, the very important one, is the emergency financial assistance. So a lot of them, when they do see this, they become interested, and then they will inquire more about it after they know our services. There are also a lot of clients are attracted to our table because they see the prayer. At this time, a lot of these people do suffer. They need a lot of spiritual care. They suffer a lot with not just their physical loss of their property. A lot of them may lost their family. Or they become very agitated because of losing their house that they have lived there for over 20 years, over 30 years. So a lot of them are very depressed. So they need people to understand, and they need prayers. So they are attracted by that item, saying that we can offer prayer for them. So you can explain these are the things that we do. However, when they ask, we're not going to distribute all this right there. You cannot. DRC has told everyone very specifically that there is no distribution, no cash distribution on site. Okay, so we don't do that there. We are merely collecting information of those that need our help. So we'll let them know once you completed the application with us, you will be notified by a text message sent from Tzu Chi, and let them know where is the location, the date, and the time they should go to receive their assistance. So with this, that means they should have a phone number that they can receive the text message. So this is the part that very important. You have to let them know that right there, we are accepting the application, and they will be they should be receiving a text message from us if they are qualified. So this is very important, this phrase, if they are qualified. Okay, some of them may not be qualified. Okay, but I do let them know if they have any questions, if they did not receive their text message, let's say after a week, they are welcome to call our office 909-447-7799, extension 6500, to inquire about their status. Okay, so then they will ask, oh, how I need to write down. I think there's a pamphlet on our table. You can say you can take this, or you can scan the barcode and find our website. So that's the best way for them to know us, know who we are, know our website, so they can read about us. So that's another way to let them know that we are reachable. We are here. We are part of a community. You can reach us. If you have any question or any other needs, do call us, because that's how I will explain to the client. Okay? Now, everyone, if you have not signed up yet, and even if you have signed up, we may make more change of our shift, because we were told the hours are a little bit too long. You do get very tired after 6 hours if we do get busy. Means that you need to keep talking. Okay, so we might change it to from 2 shift to 3 shift. No matter which 2 or 3 shifts, the first shift must arrive before 8:30. Okay, and this is a barcode for the sign up sheet. Please read the sign up sheet. Don't say that I would like to sign up this day, and then when your team lead is signing up for you and realize there's already 4 people sign up before you. Okay, and it's no good. So you should check if there are still available slots. Now we are going to make some changes, starting hopefully by next. We'll try to make changes. The schedule, volunteer sign up scheduled by Sunday. So it means starting next Monday, the shift might change a little bit. So even if you have signed up, please do go back and check if your shift has been changed. If you have any questions, please let your team lead know so they can try to understand or try to negotiate with us, or try to move you around to the place that location wise or time wise, that it's good for you and for us too. Okay, so please scan this barcode if you do not have QR code. If you do not yet know the sign up sheet URL link. Okay, somebody's doing a lot on innovation. Don't know who. Okay. Now, Brother Mike has reminded us. Hold on. I need someone. Someone is doing innovations. I'm trying to clear it. Okay. Okay. So for dress code, if you are a Tzu Chi commissioners, you need to wear your volunteer uniform. If you are not certified yet, you should wear your appropriate, either you are the introductory trainee or the advanced trainee, you have your own uniform. If you are just our volunteers that has no uniform yet, please make sure your team lead will provide you the volunteer vest that you should wear to there. Okay, so I've give you the pictures to show, and if you if because it gets cold now, so please wear a jacket, the Tsuji blue jacket. Try to wear the Tsuji blue jacket. Now, of course, if it gets too cold for you, you can wear something like uh, a, a vest or a sweater inside. Or you feel like you want to wear a Tsuchin sweater, that's fine too. Okay, it means appropriate uniform should be our dress code. Okay, I would strongly advise you to wear your badge if you have a badge, because that is actually the full dress code of our uniform. The badge is included, so don't forget your badge when you do wear your uniform. Okay, so that's another thing I would like to remind everyone. And of course, you should have your hair tied up, whether it's in braids or just tied up tsuji bun in a way. So whatever our etiquette should be, you should follow the tsuji etiquette. We want to show our respect to all the clients. Okay. And then starting from now, it's very important because we're going to get into the intake form very quickly. You want to make sure this is the eligibility. As I said, we are providing emergency financial assistance to the households destroyed or severely damaged by the fire. Okay, so it's not something else. Okay, I do have a homeless came in one day and asked for assistance. He did not apply with the FEMA because he's a homeless. He doesn't have a property. He doesn't even have a rental. However, in order not to discourage him, I did take his application. However, I do let him know if he qualifies, he will receive a text message. Actually, he was brought in because he wants a phone. He needs a phone. He doesn't have a phone, and he's hoping someone can give him a phone. So the eligibility is kind of off, but I did take his information just but I do let him know that if he qualifies, he will receive a text message. But he has no phone. So how does he receive our text message? He gave me a message center that he can receive message. So that's his way of receiving a message. Okay. Also, either renters or homeowners that lives at the residence affected by the fires can apply with us. So even he's a renter, he's welcome to apply the assistance. Our master, 我们的上人告诉我们说，这些人 whether 他是renter or owner or rich or poor, they are affected by the fire. If they come by and request assistance, then we should provide them assistance. No bias. Okay, don't say that he drives a better car than me, so he shouldn't receive our assistance. Okay, have that off your mind. If they are here, means they have the need. If they are here to go through all this paperwork, all this time, means they have the need. Please help them. Okay, and it did say the destroyed or severely damaged residence must be your primary residence. Means if they come by, say, oh, my house is not affected. I live in Alhambra, but my office, I own a business and my office is burned down. So, if you what do you tell them? We offer assistance to the people that their primary residence is affected by the fire. So if he's only applying because his office is burned down, then he's not qualified. Okay, so these are the things that you need to know. And also make sure they understand the aids are provided only to the head of the household. So the household includes who are the people that are included in the household, the spouse or partner or parents or children or fiance or fiance, and anyone that lives at the same address when evacuated. However, there are a lot of families that they may have several families living in the same address. Okay, for example, there's a brother's family and a sister's family. They all live there. Okay, what we say that we're the what do you call 核心家庭 I forgot the terminology for English, the nuclear family, the single family, you can count it. If the brother has their own children and the sister has their own children or living in the same address, they can come and apply as two family. That is fine. Okay. But don't promote it. You ask. Okay. If they do mention or during your interview with them, they mention about it, then you can kind of explain to them. Okay. But do not promote it. Basically, just tell them the aid is provided per household. Okay, and let them know if they have duplicate submissions, that might cause delays in the evaluation. Means we need to look through why there are duplicates, what's the situation, things like that. So that just let them know, don't apply 10 times the same time. Okay, come today, come tomorrow, come next day, every day they come by and think they get three times eights. No, we're going to evaluate their application. All right. And this is the barcode. If you have not received the URL link for the intake form, this is a barcode you can scan now so that you can see it in front of your computer as well. Okay, and this is also the barcode that we provide in our social media, our website, letting our everyone that suffering from affected by the fire, they can apply on their own. Okay, so you can also share this if you know anyone that may need help. You can share this. And also we have some of the papers, these copies printed and on the table. So some of the people that came by, they will take the flyer and bring it to their friends because they themselves might not need it. However, they might know friends that could use our assistance. So they would say, can I take the flyer? Please do ask them to take the flyer if they have that need. Okay, so we did prepare some, or we also have a very big QR code printed at our table. They can also scan that as well. Okay, so but it's the same intake form. That's why when there are people that were asked, would if all of us go to the same website, is that going to affect the application process time, or would that kind of delay something? No, it's okay. It's web-based. It's fine. Just share the information. Okay. So at this moment, I'm going to ask if anyone has any question before go into the intake form.
Sister Wenli, this is
Yes,
Hazel with Education Foundation. I do have a couple questions.
sure.
So regarding the services we provide, you mentioned that we can provide kitchen supplies, and I
Yes.
understand these should be like cooking wares, right? We're not talking about appliances.
It depends on what we have available. Whatever we
Okay,
have at our seafood,
got it.
okay? So it could be small appliance. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
It-
so I understand that they need to give us a cell phone number that they can receive text messages. What if someone says that they lost their phone in a fire?
Uh, if they lose their phone, they could have friends or family that has phones that can receive the message, right?
Oh, so it's okay to use someone else's number.
Yeah.
Okay. And so for me, because I am a staff with the Education Foundation, I understand that I should wear my uniform. Do we also still need a volunteer vest?
If your uniform can I think it's fine. Mike, what do you think?
If you're staff, just wear your staff uniform. It should be good. So you
Okay.
don't really have to get a volunteer vest outside your staff uniform.
Okay, got it. And also, I understand that there is a tally sheet that we should record how many people we served. Is that tally sheet per person or it's for the whole booth?
For the whole group. So
Okay,
if
got it.
a couple comes in, it's one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Because they are inquiring, because remember we apply by household.
household.
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, so it's not per, like, for us, it's not that every one of us get a sheet. It's like the whole booth, we
The
together,
whole group, we only get this one sheet.
got it. Okay.
They gave us only this one sheet. As you can see, you start from the 14th and then they go down. Yeah.
Okay, got it. Thank you so much. That's all my questions.
Okay. Anyone has any questions before I go into the intake form?
嗨，文丽师姐，我有一个问题啊，就是关于 home destroyed or severely damaged，他们应该
Mm-hmm.
提出什么样的证明？
Uh, usually I don't request any proof. 但是呢, but I would say 90% when I ask them, what's the status of your house? What happens to your house? They will show me the picture on their own. I didn't ask for the picture. I said, oh, my picture. And they show me before and after. I mean, most of them, they want to prove their house is actually burned. Yeah, but no worry. If when they don't, we have our back office filtering system. We actually are provided this kind of map Can you see? It's coming. We are provided this map that we can, the LA County do assessment to these houses, and we can use their address to find out what's their assessment status.
Okay, so that will just
So just
get
take
to
whatever they said. Yeah, but no
oh,
worry, we have another layer of filtering. Yes.
okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
Hello，师姐，我是 Vicky，教育之友 Vicky。I just want to know that if we just sign up for, because some of the only the waiting list open for us to sign up. So if we sign up for the waiting list, so we wait at home or we still show up there and then wait for jobs that are assigned for us.
No, your team lead will confirm with those that are signed up and to see if they will be able to show up on time for their shift. If they say, oh, something came up or they become sick, then the team lead will let the wait list people know that we have a space open up. Would you be interested to join the so it's all done before the day.
Okay. And also,
So if you're on wait list, then usually the team lead will let you know, you do not have to come to tomorrow or the day after. They will try to let you know. I think that was the agreement that we had for yesterday's meeting.
okay. And second
Whoever
question,
helped you to sign up will let you know.
Yeah, but Sister Wenli, for Education Foundation, we may be a special case because we did not sign up through a
You
team leader.
cannot say you did not sign up and you want to go.
No. I mean, 我们不是跟组队长就是做的登记，我们是
你还是那你要跟我知道，因为现在我们有限制谁可以去做登记呀。
嗯哼，
对，不是每一个人都可以去做登记的。
对，我的意思说，但是因为这样我们就不确定是谁会来通知我们说是要去还是不用去。
Okay, so
That's-
for all staffing from medical charity or education foundation, just take Sister Wenli as the window. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, or you can 你可以回归你的社区。That's another way to do it.
文林师姐，我是 Alice 哈。I understand that we don't do cash distribution, but we will notify them by text. But what will be if they ask us how much they can look for our help? Do we answer that?
你用中文讲，我听不太清楚你讲什么。
如果说我知道我们不 cash distribute right on the spot，我们用 text 通知他们。但是如果他问我们 what kind of help, how much they can get from us, do we answer it? How do we answer it?
The clients?
Yes.
Okay, no, you don't answer the question. You say it will be evaluated based on their status.
Oh, okay, understand.
Yeah.
文妮师姐，不好意思，还是我还没有问完。那第二个问题，我想问一下，就是说 ，even we know that maybe 他们来 sign up 的话，他们都不 qualify 的，可是我们还是帮他 sign up，对不对？
对，但是你就要再强调 ，OK， 说 if they are qualified, then they're going to receive a text message.
所以就是我们还是要给他这样的一个希望，让他填好这个表格，然后
通常这个为什么一开始的时候我就跟你讲那个 eligibility， 所以你可以 explain to them from very beginning。
我们就还是就是我们自己知道，其实他是不 qualify 的，可是我们还是要帮他
你如果真的觉得他不 qualify，那 你也可以请他跟他强调说我们的 service 是 for 什么什么，然后他还可以跟你点头，因为很多人他就跟你点头，甚至我们有很多的这个 client，some of a lot of these client they're not at the best state, okay, they get confused very easily. They cannot comprehend what you say very easily. So you might try to explain to them, but they still insist of sitting there and start applying. Then go ahead and apply for them, just for the sake of comfort. Yeah,
好，谢谢文丽师姐。
yeah. Because we try to explain to a lot of people, and they not sit there and hoping to apply. Yeah. So every case is different. You might never. Most of these people that came, they do need help. They are there for the fire. That most of them are affected, or else they won't come. Very slim case that homeless is one of the case. Yeah. Very slim. But doesn't mean that it's not going to have. So use your wisdom, 慈悲跟智慧。好，还有没有任何问题？
是，哦，请。
不好意思，文丽，Sister 文丽，what kind of housing, do we offer and lodging?
It's referral of housing. We do not provide housing.
I know, but then because I have a client that came today, asked me, but I told him, no, I don't think so. But so do we refer, who do we give out to referral to?
There are organizations that are providing these lodging and housings, including Red Cross. Okay,
But
so we
they
can
came
refer
from Red
them.
Cross. We got
Right.
referred
They
from
might,
Red Cross.
they might. And
So-
211 has some. Yeah.
Well, they told me 201 they cannot get in. So basically it's not the one that we're actually working with, or like we know. We just like give them information, right? Because they asked me, oh, who can I get?
We just provide the information. You are
Oh,
right.
okay, so
But you don't provide information there. It's after they do get our assistant and get there, and yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
If
I'm not
they
sure.
are, if the only need they have is a referral of lodging right there, you tell them you cannot do it.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Got it.
Any questions? Any other questions?
Yes. This is Huiping. I was at UCLA table today, and some of them they apply for FEMA, but because they have insurance, so they were rejected. But their house is burned because they have insurance. In this case, can we still ask them to fill out the form?
So your question is they do not get a FEMA number because they are rejected by FEMA.
Yeah.
Do we still provide assistance to them? That's your question?
Can they still fill out the
Apply
form?
with us. That's your question, right?
Yeah.
Yes, they can still apply with us.
Yeah, I just told them, okay, you can write down the reason. Like I just tried to ask them to describe their case in the notes area. So when we were doing evaluation, we can kind of determine their situation. So that's what I did.
Yeah, then it doesn't, all the determination is not from you.
Yeah.
We are just merely taking the application.
Yeah, so I told them you write down your whatever you need to.
You can still apply with us. I'll write down your situation for you. And if you are qualified, you will receive a text message from us.
Yeah, that's what I did today. So
yeah, then you did good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. So I
Can you
understand that.
can you talk a little bit louder? I can
Yes.
merely hear you. Okay.
Yes, is this better?
More louder.
Okay. One sec.
No.
This better?
Yeah. Please
Okay.
do talk loud because that place it's very, very noisy. If you don't talk loud, your client cannot hear you at all. My voice, they all have difficult hearing me.
Got it. Okay. So I understand that if the client is qualified, they will receive a text message. In the case that they are not qualified, will they also be notified that they do not qualify?
No, they will not receive a text message if they're not qualified.
Okay, and you mentioned a phone number earlier that they could inquire about their
They
status.
can inquire, right? It means that we will not call them, but they can call and inquire.
Okay, will the phone number that they should call be listed on a pamphlet, or can you repeat the number?
It's on the flyer
Uh-huh.
or the application. On the
Okay.
intake, there's a number there. But I will repeat for you. 909-447-7799, extension 6500. It's in the when you finish the intake form, that message comes up.
Okay, thank you. I have one last question. So the form with the URL link that was sent around to the volunteers, the Tsuji assistance form, is that the same process as what we would do at the disaster recovery center? Are these the same forms?
Where do you receive the other form?
If I go to the Tsuji website, there's the emergency financial assistance form.
Probably you can check the link. The link is tsuji.us/LA relief slash, I mean, it's not slash hyphen app.
So
It's right there.
I see. So if they can fill out this form on their own,
Can.
is there anything else that we can do for them, like the volunteers at the table?
Okay, I would I usually ask them if they can let us double check before they press the submit button, so they won't have errors or misunderstanding or miss some of the questions, because that would delay their application.
Okay, thank you.
Now, it was from our experience. If we let the client do it on their own, because they could, okay, it usually take them about at least 20 to 30 minutes to finish because a lot of questions they don't understand, okay? So they will come and ask you what this means, okay? And if you do it for them, usually it takes about 10 minutes if you're real good at it, okay? It only takes 10 minutes because you know what question to ask. And also, when you're interacting with a client, you can show your care. You can ask other questions and you can get their story. And a lot of time, those stories are very touching. And you can write that down and share with others. But if you just let the clients to do it on their own, they're not going. You won't know their story. They're just filling in the blank. That's the difference. So if it's a very busy day, like there are 10 people lining up behind, okay, then I would suggest those people are lining up to start doing their own application, okay? But if you only have one person in front of you, try to do it with them interactively.
Question.
Okay.
文丽师姑，我想问一下，about how long will they receive the text message if they are qualified?
Usually pretty fast. I always tell them a few days. A few days could be 2 days, could be 3 days, could be 7 days.
Okay, so if they ask, we'll say a few days, right?
That's how I answer it.
Okay, thank you.
Hmm.
All right. Any other questions? This
So
is
there was
good.
a question earlier in the chat asking about what is mass care and what is wraparound social services.
Grammy co-host. Who is this?
That should be, I think, 廖
他
师
只有写爱满低音控，我都不知道他是谁。
他是廖文房师兄，
啊，为什么需要 co-host？他要 share something？
没有，他会
帮你
帮
清掉那个
清掉那个，
presentation。
对，
哦，好，我给 Alan co-host 好了。等一下，我现在没空，没关系。来，你的 question 是什么？是这个吗
Yeah,
？Wrap
that
around
was the
social
question.
service？
Yeah, and mass care.
如果我没有记错的话，就是可以
Oh, it's not my question. It's someone else's question, so you might
yeah,
have to do it in English.
okay.
It's my question. This is Tracy. It's my question.
Oh, hi Tracy.
Hi.
I think wraparound social service means that the service that just like social service 社会资源
Okay.
yeah
Okay. What about mass care?
mass care 我不知道，因为这个是Deborah 师姑给的但是 I will find out for you.
Okay, 好，谢谢。
Okay. 好。
这是慧萍还
So this Lina 那个这个 this is recorded.
Thank you.
I have a question. So after they submit the request, are they going to receive an email message acknowledge their application is received or be under review?
Can you repeat your question again?
So
Yes, they will.
okay.
Yeah, because it happened today. Like there's like a couple of clients, they received the email like we got your yes right away. Yes.
Okay.
If they submit,
Yeah,
properly.
an email will send to them almost immediately when they're still sitting down. They're going to receive that email.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. And but a lot of them, even the volunteers, confused, and they said the wrong thing to the clients. Oh, you already received your text message. That's not a text message. It's just a acknowledgement email that tells them we have received your application. Did I say that clearly? So don't say, oh, you already got your text message. No, they did not receive that text message yet. See the difference? An acknowledgement email will be sent to them once they submitted their application. That's only to let them know their application has been received. That's not the text message. ？OK，Alan，我给你 host 了，没有吗？
You give it to Alyssa.
错人吗？
师傅，我帮你 erase。
你是哪一位
我是
That's
Alyssa，
Alyssa, yeah.
？Elizabeth。
我试试看。
OK，好，那我们可以进去那个 intake form 了吗？
By all means, please.
Okay, all right. So I'm assuming you already go into the website and already seen the intake form. So the very first part is the email. Okay, and please ask them to spell it clearly. Some volunteers will ask them to write on a piece of paper so to ensure that's the email address. If they do not have an email address, please type in wildfire@cg.us, which means they are not going to receive that acknowledgement email because they don't have an email to send to. Okay. Now, after that, after I ask for the email, I usually the next thing is do you have a driver's license or ID that has your affected address? Most of them do. They would bring out their ID and then you take their driver's license with you and start typing the next few things. And that moment, I also ask, do you have a FEMA number or a Red Cross number? And most of them, I would say 90% will tell you, yes, I do, but I need to look for it. Okay, so after you get the driver's license, you can then complete a lot of information when they're looking for the FEMA number. Now, FEMA number and Red Cross numbers are optional, but we would like to ask for the number. If they are looking for 10 minutes and couldn't find that, then you tell them that's fine. Don't worry, you can provide the number when you do get the text message, when you do get the text message and when you do receive your assistance from us. At that moment, they should have their FEMA number or Red Cross number ready. But most of them are pretty good because once they apply, even if they apply right that day, they do receive an email from FEMA. They just need to go through their email to look for that message, for that number. So it takes a little bit of time. That's why after I ask for the email, I immediately ask for their ID and their FEMA number so they can start looking. Because ID is usually pretty fast. They give to you right away, and you can then start typing for the information on their on their driver's license or ID. Now, after you get their driver's license or ID, ask again, is this address on here the address that is affected? If they say no, that's an old address. Okay, then your next question is, do you have a bank statement, a utility bill, or anything that can show your name and the affected address? And this time you have their picture ID with their bill or statements that has the affected address and the name, then you can compare and then you get the affected address. If you use the old address on the ID to enter, most likely this person is not qualified because that address is not the area get affected. Any questions on that? Okay, no question. Okay, so because date of birth is on the ID and driver's license number is on the ID, you can type them when they're looking for the FEMA number. So the FEMA number is usually 9-digit. However, they sometimes get a 4-digit, very, very slim chance, but they do sometimes get a 4-digit number. Don't ask me why, I don't know, but most of them do get a 9-digit FEMA number. And a lot of them don't get Red Cross number, but that no worry. These two are option. It's not going to stop you for submitting their application. Now, this part that I marked as red, it's very important because this is a number they're going to receive their text message. Okay, so you will ask them, ask them for the phone number, and then you emphasize again, please make sure this number you can get your text message. Then they will say yes, and then give you the number. Then you would repeat the number to them when you're typing that re-enter the same 10-digit number. You do not copy and paste. Actually type in again and repeat that number to the client. Make sure that you did not errorly type the digits. Any questions here? So make sure, because this part is very important. I have to say it 3 times to let you know. Very important, very important. Make sure they give you the right phone number that can receive the text message. Okay? So this part is easy. The next part is the street number, the address. So make sure this is the address that's affected. Make sure you find that. Okay? Now, the next question, when did you evacuate from this residence? Most of the answer is January 7th. If they say, oh, I forget, but that's the day of the fire. Is it 7th? They will tell you, yeah, that's the 7th. Okay, most of them. Some of them will tell you, oh, I evacuated on the 6th. Some of them will tell you, I evacuated from the 8th. Some of them will say they didn't get evacuated, but usually they don't tell you that. But you kind of know they still stay in the house. That means that house is still there, still standing. They might have some minor damage. So you kind of know when they answer the question. Okay? And then the next question is how long they have lived in this affected residence. Now remember, this must be their primary residence. It means they're living there. So that's how this question, why this question. We want to know if this is their primary residence. Okay, and then next, most of them are single family home. So far, that's like 90% of them. Some of them are multi-family home. Volunteer will ask me, what's multi-family home? That's something like an apartment, a building that has many different compartments or apartments. Okay, and oops, and then now this is the parts you kind of know. If you select, then you kind of know if they're qualified. Most of them would let you know it's completely destroyed. It starts showing you pictures. Okay, and most of them do show ashes. Only chimney standing. It's a disaster. You kind of feel sad after you've seen so many damaged properties or major damage. Now, if they say they have smoke damage, most likely it's called a minor damage. Or some of them would say, oh, I haven't been able to go back. I don't know what's the situation of my house because they can't go back. So he's not sure or still under evaluation. Either way. Now, if you type not sure, okay, a question area will pop up and ask you to explain what did they tell you. What's the situation? It means that you need to give narration of what they know or not know. Okay, but most of them are either destroyed or minor damage. I would say 99% is either way, or major damage. Okay, now this part, do you have the following insurance? If they're an owner, most of them do have home insurance. Now, if they're a renter, then ask them, do you have a renter insurance? Most of them say no. 90% says no. If they say, I don't know, I don't have it, or it's none of the above, that's it. So either they have the home insurance or renter insurance or none of both. Very easy. That's like no brainer. Okay. Now the next one. This one takes a little bit time. Okay. Remember we said we apply for by household. So we want to know the name of the head of household. Okay. So most of the time it's the same as the applicants, but sometimes it could be like wife and they say, my husband is the head of household. Then you type other and then they will ask for the name. Okay. Now they also ask how many family members, including that person as the head of household or the person applying. Okay. So if they say, oh, only me, that's one. Okay. If they have a daughter, two. Okay. If they say, oh, my husband's if the most people that I have is 8 people. So I have to type 7 more people's information in the next box. So if they say 4 people, then you have to type 3 more people. You need to know their name, their gender, female, and birth year, and the relationship to this person. Okay, so you have to fill this out. This will cross-reference if these people apply also. Okay, now the next question, a lot of volunteers is a little bit confused, is for this affected address, you are, means this client, is he the homeowner? And this is the primary residence. No other family means that do not share this primary residence with another family. Okay, there are houses that have several other families. Then that's the second choice. Or let's say I rent this place, but it's my primary residence. Then they are the renters. Any questions so far? Not that bad, huh? Okay, if they say I am a renter, this will pop up. We'll ask for the landlord's full name and the landlord's phone number. Then they start calling. They start finding. So you wait for that. Because most of them don't remember their landlord's name and phone number. Now, what if they cannot find it? You make them find it, or else you cannot complete this application. They will start calling, and eventually they'll find it. It just takes time. Okay. Now the next question is, did you share this evacuated address with another residents that are not your family? That means, okay, if you're a renter, a lot of time they stay with their landlord, or this house may rent to other renters. So that's, yes, I live with the landlord and another rental family. Or I only landlord and me, okay? Or there are many other rental families, but the landlord doesn't live there. And then last one, no, I'm the only one that's there. Only my family lives there. So these are the choice that you have to make sure you ask it correctly. Why? Because we do offer assistance to the renters and the owner. So if there's the same address pops up, we want to know the reason why the same address pops up 3 times, 4 times, to see if they're qualified or is a duplicate. Any questions on this?
I have a quick question. So if
Okay.
their rental property, for example, is owned by like a property company,
Mm-hmm.
then we just put the property company's name in the landlord
Yes,
versus
yes.
owner name.
I have one person just show me a name card that has the rental property's name and phone number. That's fine too. Any other questions?
This is Judy. Wendy, one question. If there's a roommate, so do we need to put all the roommates' name on the list too?
Roommate as a family or just a partner or what?
Renter for the house. Some of it, they have several roommate rent a house together. Do we need to put all the name on it?
No, you don't. You just answer this question, say that depending if the landlord live with them, if the landlord is with them and it's the first one, yes, with landlord and other rental family. If landlord doesn't live with them, then say yes, with another rental family, but not with the landlord.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? Because this part, a lot of volunteers get confused themselves. So you have to ask clearly. And sometimes the client couldn't answer directly. You have to kind of guide them to give you a firm answer. And sometimes I have to explain why do I ask this question. Then they understand. We have a client that she's a renter. She came by and she wanted to apply, but then she's afraid that if she apply, her landlord cannot apply. She already known her landlord for over 40 years. Okay, so she said, oh, it's okay if I apply, maybe my landlord cannot apply. I assure with her that she can apply and her landlord can apply also. Then she start applying. So sometimes you need to explain. Okay? We're almost at the end. Okay. So they need to try to give you their current address. A lot of them will say, oh, I live in the Sheraton Hotel. I'll say Sheraton Hotel. Type in Sheraton Hotel. Which city? Pasadena. Okay. You don't know the zip code. That's fine. Okay. But most of them will give you an address. That's fine. And then the next question is, so who are you currently staying? What type of address is that? Is it a hotel, a shelter, or a family, a friend's residence? Or there are people that are staying in a car. I do have a client say currently they live in their car. Or other, if none of these falls, you just type in other. Now, this is the parts that sometimes are difficult because it's not a multiple choice, means that you cannot select more than one. And we have one family that they have like 6 people, and 2 lives here, 2 live there, not together. So this one I may need to work with 唐朝师兄帮我记一下. I need to work with them to see if they can make it like a multiple choice, means they can select multiple, because that happens. Okay, the next one is a multiple choice, means you can check more than one. So how do you hear from us? FEMA or local assistance, means that these people that brought them here, or even Red Cross. Red Cross refer a lot of people. They always say you should go. You should go try 4G, and that's why they drop by. Or a lot of them is word of mouth. My friend told me, we had another organization's volunteer came by our table. They say, I have to come by and thank you because I received your assistance in 2017 in a fire, and I want to thank you. You're the best people. I really like your service, and she referred a lot of people to our table. So that's kind of like word of mouth. Okay.
自姑，我想问一个问题。
是，请说。
If the current address, for example, some of them live in a hotel, and
Yes.
maybe they move out for maybe after 2 days, or maybe tomorrow they will move out. So they still write the hotel's address as their.
If they do know where they are going, if they don't, just write down the hotel. That's just for reference. We kind of want to know what's the after situation.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay, last page. Now, if you have any comments or anything you want to let the people that are evaluating their application know, put it here. Okay, in here, it also say if the driver's license is not from California, because remember in the driver's license area, it says 8 character for the driver's license. That's California driver's license. A lot of driver's license from other states, it's not 8 character. Then they will add so you'll put down 000 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 for 8 to just to fulfill this requirement of the driver's license. But then you will actually put their out-of-state driver license in here, the very last page here, to make a note. So this is kind of a note section. Okay, so some of them, for example, for the homeless, I'll type it. This client is a homeless. Then you kind of know. Okay, or this person, why this person why something that you want to share with the people that are evaluating the application. So this is the best place for you to put it down. Like one of my the clients, the husband passed away just recently, and her daughter is in a hospital having open heart surgery. I'll put it there. And then, are you submitting this form for yourself? If they're doing it themselves, they will check yes. If you're doing it for them, say no, and then a space will pop up. You will then enter your name and your phone number. okay? And then you check, I certify that the information above is true for the best of my knowledge. I agree to verify, okay, to be verified, and then submit. If there's any errors, you will not be able to submit. That will pop up, you have errors, then you go back and check your errors. And that's it. And you give them back their ID at that moment. Say, we have completed your application. Here's your ID and thank you. And usually I will stand up and give them a hug. And that's it. Any other questions?
Hi, Wendy Suku. Will we just making sure that computers will already be provided for us there?
There are 2 computer provided on each site.
Okay.
And I like to bring my own.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
The UCLA site don't have power cord. So
No power cord?
Yeah, they don't have power strip. So I think Sister Tzu bring a charger, like a power bank over there. So need to be charged every day. And if you are happening bring your device, make sure it's charged.
So they don't have a power plug for you to plug it?
No, all that site is taken by FEMA. So the other table don't have the power. Yeah. But most clients in the UCLA side, they use the phone to fill out themselves.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. PCC, they all provided you a power strip.
Wendy, I have a question. It's easy for us to find it where's our booth is when we walk
Yes.
into.
When
Okay.
you go in, it's very cross. 就是最远的那一端。
Okay. 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 Thank you.
Any other questions? All right, and I'm done. And I want to thank all of you. If you have any question, do feel to ask me at any time or ask your team lead, and your team lead can refer your questions to me or anyone that has done a lot of intakes this time. Like Hui Ping has done it. You can also ask her. Otherwise, good luck and thank you. And if you have not signed up, please sign up for your shift.
Oh, I have a question, 文丽师姐.
是.
Okay, I always do have a question. Sorry about that. Yeah, earlier, Brother Mike, he was mentioned everyone. So can you be able to specify more detail? What is that everyone? Does it including the general volunteer or just a 慈济 volunteer or everyone? Please. Like they could join and to do the DRC work.
Okay, let me try to answer this question. If I didn't answer appropriately, Mike maybe can supplement. If it's a general volunteer, I would suggest that a senior volunteer be with this general volunteer at the same time. It's not that they cannot join us, but they might have questions, a lot of questions. So check team leads, check that shift, the same shift with that general volunteer. If there is a senior volunteers can accompany this volunteer. If there is, then you are okay. If not, then you might want to reconsider to put him in a shift that has a senior volunteer. And I do encourage certified volunteers to participate, to sign up. by Mike.
Okay, at this time that we do have a lot of 慈济 volunteer, to be fill in the position every day. It's only have certain day that we don't have anybody sign up. Would we allow those general or certified volunteer to be fit in there?
Can you repeat your question?
I said, for these few days, that is so many 慈济 volunteer has been signed up on each day. So if those day that it was short of staff, say like you just open the screen on January 22nd, 2 o'clock from 8 o'clock, there is nobody except David. So can we allow those certified volunteer or general volunteer to be there, to fit in there?
As I have explained, there's a senior volunteer, a very experienced volunteer, Xu Jiaxiang. However, he doesn't arrive until 4. So if you sign up a general volunteer there, and he will be alone there, do you feel comfortable about it?
No, of course not. And
Yeah.
Xi Jiachang,
So you kind of have to know that they signed up situation.
so why Xi Jiachang not put on that he's coming from 4 to 8? So
He should.
That
He
way we
should.
would know how to input those to fill in all the spot.
He should. He should. He did from here. Here we know.
Okay, thank you.
Kind of know.
I got it. I know what to do with this
Yeah.
deal with this stuff. And then my another second question is, okay, like today, the volunteer over there from 8:30 to 2:30, they were asking for lunch from Midwest LA. Just want to know, we are not providing lunch to those volunteers. My suggestion is, can we tell them whatever they were scheduled in the morning, can they bring their own lunch with them?
Yes, they can bring any food. Just don't eat it inside the center.
Yeah, because don't be expecting that Midwest LA is going to provide the lunch for them and have
but yesterday, FEMA provided lunch.
Yeah,
food, free food. They just didn't know. They didn't go out and check.
So just like from now on, just have everybody bring their own lunch, especially on
yeah, they can. Or as I have mentioned in the slide, we will change the shift. We might, very likely.
Slide 7. Slide 7.
The thing about lunch today, the DRC they do have a lunch.
Yeah, they did provide lunch. They 自工自己不知道而已，他们有 provide lunch 在外面的。
The volunteers do need to sign up because that's how they count how many lunch they are ordering. So if you don't go sign in, they won't count your part. But then also it's you arrive early because I think yesterday they went late and then the lunch is gone because that's quite a lot of people over there. All the volunteer team and the staff from FEMA, everybody have shared the lunch. And also I wanted to remind, like today they are offering rice, and then so we can bring our own bowl and utensils. So we can use our own bowl and utensil. You can bring it with you.
If we change our shift, then there's no lunch issues. That means the volunteers leave at 12. And then the next shift, when they do come in, the second shift, they should already have their lunch. And we do not provide dinner. So go home and have your dinner. Sorry about that.
Wenli, this is Carol. I have a question. So the services we provide, it looks like all we're doing is intake. We don't provide any of the things listed like
No, we do not. That's why the text message.
So if they want to get those items in addition to financial assistance, how do they get them? They have to come to the center or we will go to them?
In slide 6, can you read it out? You will receive a text message notification from Siji to receive the relief location, date, and time.
So that applies to all services, not just to financial support.
Yeah.
All services.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Today at the UCLA site, the site coordinator do request all the organization to stay until 8 o'clock because some people when they work until 6 they come, so some people already left, so client coming, nobody's serving them, so they do ask the organization try to be there until 8.
Yeah, if you are at your shift, you should fulfill your shift. Okay, I think we're done.
One more question,
Brother
one more
Mike, you would like to share a few words?
One more question. Can you show slide 10 again?
Yes.
Thank you.
Dr. Lena asked, vegetarian lunch provided. I actually never used the lunch room there, but the volunteers came with like a croissant. If there's no meat in there, I consider it as a vegetarian lunch. Don't expect like very nice lunch.
Yeah, it's very simple lunch, but they do have vegetarian option. So and then a lot of chips and cookies.
A lot of chips and cookies, yes. And even if you can find it, go to a Red Cross booth outside, they have a lot of cookies and chips at their table, and anyone can get it.
I have another question. Sorry, I missed the beginning. For the volunteers, sign up for the QR code. If I cannot get into the QR code, do you have like website address?
You mean this
7.
this one? It didn't work?
If it doesn't work, yes, there's any website address?
Your team lead. Ask your team lead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. All right. 唐朝师兄.
Yeah, thanks for everyone's time. And for the sign-up sheet, let's add a column to collect all applicants' telephone numbers. So for some new volunteers, maybe we're not really familiar with, we have a way to contact them. Besides that, I think the change on the shift is really for the convenience of our volunteers. So there will be no lunch issue. And then it's really a long day, so let's call it a day. Everybody had a good sleep, and let's get back to work tomorrow. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, and thank all of you for your participation, and we hope to see you sign up for this very wonderful way to interactive with the survivors, and also to spend your time and effort to let them know that the community do care for them. Everyone, please stand up. Palms together. Let's pay our respect to the Buddha and the Master. First bow. Second bow. Third bow. and thank all of you for participating. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. 感恩。
感恩，有些感恩。